tired of casually playing your war games with the run and gun tactics? Do you want to have a more realistic and structured feel to your games? Do you wish to build yourself up an active group of gaming buddies? Well, here in this video I will be teaching you the basics of how to create a fluid Milsim unit. Let's get started, shall we? But before we can answer the question, how can I create a Milsim unit, I need to give everyone a quick update. Just recently, I actually managed to create and I'm now maintaining an Instagram account for the YouTube channel. If you would like to follow that Instagram account, the link will be in the description or in the comment section below. Definitely go check it out. It's definitely going to be some fun times. A lot of great videos will be shared, and of course we'll also be doing some things with having viewers and followers send in their own pictures, maybe for some sort of giveaway or some sort of contest. But again, go out and show your support for the Instagram channel. Anyways, guys, let's get right back into the content, shall we? In order to start your own Milsim within the Battlefield Milsim community, which is what we're going to be focusing on here today, as there are many different variations of Milsim units or military simulation units, ranging from official military to non-official randos, you need to basically understand that this is a form of roleplay structured like or similar to an actual military unit. This may include things like ranks, rules, and rewards, or as I like to call them, the triple R's. It's important that you follow your triple R's, and we'll get into that down the road, but right now we need to still focus on what the key elements are in order to get your Milsim going. So I have three things to bring up.
Yeah.
In order to start your Milsim, you need to get your unit a catchy name. Just try not to call yourself something close to another unit's name. It does piss people off and it gets a little repetitive. Basically, you need to keep yourself original. If you don't keep yourself original, you will not stand out from the rest. Other than that, you need to pick a military branch to model your unit after, and make sure to do a bit of research on the infantry structure and setup. That can be things like squad size, platoon size, what kind of weaponry they use, or more or less what kind of infantry types within the squads or within the platoons you are noticing as a pattern or as the overall structure. And it's also important to note the ranks that are within those structures, how many grunts per NCO or how many NCOs per officer, what kind of ranks would you have to work with, and how would you organize that. But more importantly, create a platoon on Battlelog. Obviously for Battlefield 1 it will be different, but for right now definitely go and reference Battlelog. Make sure that you use the name that you've created, make sure it's a catchy clan tag that comes along with that name, and a sweet ass emblem. I cannot be more serious about having a sweet ass emblem. Having a sweet ass emblem, that is your brand image. Do not ever create an emblem that doesn't kiss ass, because if it doesn't kick ass, then quite frankly it's not as appealing. So make sure you get a catchy name and a really cool emblem, but more importantly make sure that you put that up on Battlelog, because Battlelog is going to be your base. That is where your members come to become official. It's a legit way to create a clan. In terms of recruiting, basically you need to make sure that you have reasonable restrictions. That could be age restrictions, time zone restrictions, things of that nature. Now obviously I'm not going to say this is better or not, or this is more effective. That is totally up to you to decide, but make sure you have restrictions on who and who cannot be recruited into your Milsim. More on that topic, know when to stop recruiting by setting a ratio of NCOs and COs to your lower ranks. So again, this is falling back on the structure of most military units, the ones that you will be emulating in one sense. Also, most importantly, always host an active public server. I cannot be more serious than that. If you do not have a public server for people to come on and casually play games on, ultimately you will not be able to brand your image, brand your unit, promote your unit, and make sure that on that public server you provide contact information so people know where to go, and don't forget to be professional. Do not be running and gunning. take it seriously. If you don't take your public games seriously and at least act professional, don't be a troll, then you know what, at the end of the day, you will do better off in that game, and more importantly, people will actually respect you as a professional, kind, and courteous gamer. Also, try to maintain chat rooms for your recruits in a bootcamp chat room. Now, obviously, bootcamp, you can refer to my bootcamp videos for inspiration on how to set up your own bootcamp or BCT. Obviously, people's variations of bootcamp are a little different based on things like, one, what unit am I emulating, and two, how vigorous do I want to be? That's basically the idea. But if you create a chat room for everybody, basically what you are doing is you are grouping them into a enclosed sub-community, which helps them to create a sense of identity or a sense of, how shall we say, basically a sense of being filtered or processed into something else. Being initiated is the right word. It's always important to make sure that you have those chat rooms up, and that applies also to your members. For example, Lionsden has the Battlefield 4 chat rooms. They have the general chat so people can put all their bullshit in there, because we all know that people like, Dylan Doback love to spam pictures of very random things late at night, and nobody really wants to deal with that. So obviously people don't have to physically join that chat room, only if they feel like they want to keep up to date with all of the craziness bullshit that people like to post. But more importantly, there should be an official chat room where people go to, say official things, times, schedules, ranks, promotions, warnings, anything. Everyone is mandated to be in that chat room. Obviously, the officers have their own chat room. Different games that our members play on have their own chat rooms. Granted, it doesn't have to be so complicated as that, but you could definitely try something like that to kind of help you out to organize your communication hub. Moving on, never ever make decisions on your own. Always try to incorporate at least the top 5 people in your unit so as to get better input. Don't rule with an iron fist. It doesn't work. It's basically people have tried it in the past and it has been a terrible social experiment. Do not rule with an iron fist. The reason why I say that is because you are going to be ruling, or I should say not ruling, they came out wrong, but you're going to be basically demonstrating a clan to which accepts people and moves people up in a certain way, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. Make sure that you let your NCOs and your COs organize and micromanage your squads. That is their job. They gain the experience. They know how to deal with these people. They have more personal time, in other words, or they've had more interaction with the people at the bottom than you have. So they know them more. They're more comfortable working with them. There's better team coordination with or in between those people. So it's always key to implement and use those people to further train, discipline, and keep order. And it's your job to direct how the orders are given, what the direction should be in, how the training should go, activity, things like that. You are basically the master planner. They are your henchmen. In other words, you're the mob boss. They are the gangsters. Let them conduct the work, and it will work out for you. Never directly take command of anything unless you want to physically put yourself in your own squad, at which point you will be in charge of that squad, but do not step outside of your boundaries. Know your boundaries, set your boundaries. And I cannot be more serious than this. Always host trainings and operations weekly. An inactive Milsim unit will disband. We have seen it, unfortunately, with the 89th. Inactivity kills. Be active. Always train. If you'd like to create more training other than BCT, if it's a sniper school, if it's an MOS training for, assault rifles or, light machine guns, or designated marksman rifles, or grenades or mortars or anything like that, or if you want to do special operations trainings or special forces trainings, something to that nature, do it. Expand your trainings, entice people to go. The more knowledge they have, the more trainings they do, the more they are going to participate and be active and feel like they're part of an active, engaged community. And that's what you want. You want people to be engaged and active. So I cannot stress that enough. Be active. And before we get into the second part here, useful tools, and people ask me this all the time, but websites. One example, at least that I've used in the past, and this is powered through Engine, is iClan websites. Definitely go check them out today. I will also drop the link in the description for them. You can create a free website, and there's options for different types of packages, if you will, to enhance your website. Some people tend to do that. It doesn't cost too much money. Actually, it doesn't cost really all that much money. And it gives you the chance to crowdfund. So basically, members in your unit can donate money to keep the website going. It gives you admin tools, and it could be your hub. And I will basically be getting into why a website would be a huge and necessary tool, if that, for your Milsim unit, and we'll explain why down the road. But that is one tool that most Milsims definitely should have. It's an epicenter of communication hubs, and it's where you store and keep all your information. Again, we'll get into that. But moving on, Zelo. I've had a couple of people come to me with basically other alternative applications. But the thing is that Zelo, for me, as an application which I've used for the longest time, it is great. It is good for communication purposes. It's a legitimate walkie-talkie application that works. We've used it ample times, and it is just amazing. It really is. Totally would recommend it. Obviously, I can't drop the link in the description or anything like that for the app, but definitely search it up on your Apple or Android. It's available for both. So yeah, I mean, other than that, we're going to get into part 2 here, which is just talking about the 3 R's, which is a very big segment, but hopefully it helps you out and interests you a little bit more. So I'd like to get into now the 3 R's. The 3 R's are broken down into these three key concepts, and basically here it is. It's rank, rules, and rewards. Now, rank is pretty straightforward. Since it's Milsim, you have to emulate a unit. Rank is going to be included. How can somebody get rank? Well, rank is given by merit and dedication. Merit can be earned through actions in trainings, wars, operations, and of course overall demeanor of a player comes into play. This basically gets weighted by the people above that said person in order to give recommendations on whether or not he or she should receive a promotion. Now, at the same time, dedication can be judged by both activity and teamwork aspects, and of course that would imply again to the player who exhibits this. Do not give yourself the rank of general if you command 5 guys. Be realistic. Start at a lower officer rank. Never start at the top. Work your way up with your guys. That way they can see that you too are maturing with your Milsim. It's always a good mix. It's worked out for many people who have tried it, and I would urge you to try it as well. But rank is important. Moving on, we now get into rules. Rules need to be basic and easy to follow without being too overboard. Don't tell them that they have to be on at a certain time, they have to act a certain way, or do this and that. You can be realistic. Say during operations or trainings or wars, make sure that you don't horse around. If you team kill, it's going to be a penalty, but if you're in a public match or if you're in the training server before the training and you're horsing around, that's fine. But during it, don't horse around. Respect the rank. Activity, if you need to set some sort of activity measure, if you're off for more than this period of time without telling us, you might be kicked out. Something like that. Be realistic, but don't be too harsh on your rules. And lastly, before we end it off here, it is very important for rewards to be given. Now, you can implement this through the website or even just simply for people to understand, okay, so he's qualified or she's qualified through Messenger. But again, this is why the website would come in handy, because you can give rank, rules, and rewards and put them all on the website. All of your members will be able to see each member with their rank, with the rewards that they were given, and ultimately they will be able to see the rules. That's why the website comes in handy, and that's why I had to hold off for a little bit. But rewards should be given to those who deserve promotion, either through earning them, either earning the merits, or showing unwavering dedication. Promotion should be one rank up. Medals or service ribbons should be given to members so people can understand or acknowledge that they have completed their training or have reached a certain goal. Again, that's why the website comes in handy, because you can do all that on the website, but again, that's just a recommendation, not a must-have. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, found it at least remotely helpful in that sense. Again, thank you very much, Venomous Gamer, for bringing that question in. It is an extremely interesting topic. Remember, guys, to go check out that Instagram account and to follow and like those pictures. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. This is the Dr. 617 with another Doc Talks coming at you once again on the YouTube channel. Just remember to hit that like button and that sub button. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day.